Spain kick off their World Cup campaign up against Costa Rica over in Group. Will the former winners get themselves off to a flyer, or will the one of the minnows, the Shockaroonies, kick themselves off with a bit of a bang? We're going to take a look at that and more next. That's right, folks. Back again with another 5-minute preview. Look forward to Group E. That's right. Of course, between Spain and Costa Rica, who's going to get off to an absolute belter? Of course, we'll take a look at it in a second. Of course, people shout about VIPs. They are the patrons. And if you're new, where you been, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. Your non-stop shop for World Cup content starts now. That's right. Spain up against Costa Rica. Let's take a look at it, of course, in a 5-minute preview, a digest even. Of course, these two sides will lock horns on the 23rd of November at the Altumana Stadium. Of course, Spain up against Costa Rica. Of course, Spain former winners, Costa Rica seem to be here quite familiar with the terrain as well. Take a look at, of course, the Spanish. They qualify as Group B winners back on the 14th of November 2021. So their 16th tournament, 2018 was the last. They've been in 12 tournaments in a row. The last was the best ever was 2010 when they won it. Luis Enrique is the manager. The VIP though is Pedri, 9-1 on to qualify, 8-1 to go the distance and lift the trophy. Of course, take a look at the team then in recent form, beating the likes of Portugal, losing to Switzerland though, and of course we're picking up draws against the Czechs and Portugal in the Nations League run-up. Take a look at the group then. Of course, it is Group E. They're joined by Germany and Japan, of course, and the Spanish will take on the Germans in the second match day on the 27th of November. Pretty much I know we're putting the cart amongst before the horse here, but that could be the deciding factor on who tops this group. However, they'll wrap up the streak against Japan, and we'll see where they are when that game comes around. Let's take a look at the squad then, shall we? Of course, a surprise between the sticks there. No David De Gea, but of course Robert Sanchez. David Raya there is there, of course, formerly of Rovers. We're going to claim that all the way. Of course, into defence, we've got the likes of Cesar Apachuchecha, of course, Eder Garcia, Jordi Alba as well. Into midfield, Busquets remains, of course, Koke as well, Xavi, Dani Olmo as well. And of course, moving into the attacking lines, where they might be a little bit weak. They've got Ansu Fati, Nico Williams, Alvaro Morata as well. So we'll see how they shape up. In fact, this is how I think they'll shape up. Going with this, Simon between sticks, Gaia, Torres, Garcia, Caravallo, got Rodri, Koke, Sarabia, Busquets, Torres, and Morata up top. Let me know how close to the money I am or how far away I am, of course. But take a look at the Costa Ricans then. They're coming at you in all their glory, qualifying via the playoffs, of course, beating the New Zealanders way back in the 14th of June 2022, 6 times in the past. 2018 was the last. They've been on a streak now, the last 3. This is their golden generation. Of course, they've been, we've got the likes of Keylor Navas, Joel Campbell, Brian Ruiz, are familiar faces for the World Cup, and they've been there. All of 3 of them have been there in that streak. Of course, quarterfinals was their best in 2014. That was in Wazoo. Respect. Can they do that again? Luis Fernando Suarez, your manager. Joel Campbell, your main man. 6-1 to qualify. 751 to go the distance. Of course, they're going to qualify. They're going to have to do it the hard way. But of course, the recent run of events looks like this, beating the likes of Uzbekistan, drawing with Korea. Of course, also picking up results against New Zealand and Martinique. But no major forces in there, so we can't really see the standard. But of course, they come into in a group littered with competition. Not only the Spanish and the Germans, but the Japanese ain't no slouches. Of course, this is not their games, but they've got a lot of games going on. This is a bag of bones. Anyway, they of course will take on Spain first, then they'll take on then they'll take on Japan, and they'll wrap it up against the Germans, of course. So yeah, that's a little bit off that graphic. But these are the names, of course, of the players that will hope to get them a little bit closer. We've got Keylor Navas, of course, between the sticks into defence. We've got the likes of Kershi Mfula, Brian Oviedo still playing, of course, Kendall Watson as well at the back. A lot of veterans in here. Gerson Torres from Hernando. We've got Tepa Tejeda, of course, into the attacking lines. We've got Brian Ruiz, who plays more of a midfielder now. Juicen Bennett from Sunderland, and of course Brian Ruiz, who plays his football now in wherever that is. Yeah, Joel Campbell, that's what I meant to say. This is how I see them lining up. Of course, we've got Navas, Oviedo, Duarte, Calvo, Fula, Sosa Borges, Tejeda, Bennett on the left, Brian Ruiz down the middle, Venegas, and Joel Campbell. How good or bad am I? Let me know down below. Of course, now these two sides have played each other 3 times in 2011. Of course, 2 wins for the Spanish, another for Costa Rica, 1 draw. Of course, the Spanish, though, just 1 defeated past 6. 67% form for them right now, up against, of course, Costa Rica. 75% form for them, just 1 defeat past 6 also. The Spanish have scored 9 goals compared to Costa Rica's 3 over the course of those 3 matches. Works on about 3 goals to 1. Of course, with the biggest win, their last win, 5-0 wins for Spain way back in November 2017. That was in a friendly, I believe. Take a look at the game then itself, then a dip in a vote. out there. The vote goes like this: 88% go in favour, and Spain, of course, to kick off their campaign with a Bobby Dazzler, with Costa Rica with 7%. I, of course, am joining that riot there with a 3-0 convincing win. Even though they've got no strikers, I just think they'll have too much in the locker, and they might even put a bit of a statement result against Costa Rica. That's it. Of course, smash your subscribe, smash your thumbs up, smash the little bell. We've got non-stop content right here all the way through to the final. Join us for the ride. Subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. Of course, I'll see you soon for the next one.